You're listening to an FTCR podcast, you boob.
Welcome to the Hogcast, FTCR Sonic the Hedgehog podcast. Guess which one?
Number 10?
Probably. Wait, I meant podcast, not episode number.
Oh, podcast.
It's number 10?
Oh,
think so.
Oh, no, this is number 6, maybe?
Okay. This is probably like episode 9.
No, I'm pretty sure this is episode 10.
Why are we arguing over which episode it is?
I was just going for a thing like, haha, we have a lot of Sonic podcasts. And then I realized, I don't actually remember which episode.
No,
number
the
we're
only
on.
other Sonic podcast we had, the pure Sonic podcast, I guess Sonic Says counts, but it was the original podcast.
Skype Sanctuary was kind of...
No, Skype Sanctuary.
The name was...
Skype's, yeah, its name is, but like that was always just we talk about anything.
Well, guess what? That joke doesn't work anymore.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, this is episode 10.
Welcome to episode 10 of the Hogcast. How we doing?
Doing good?
We're all really excited about Sonic right now, right?
Yeah, we got
Just can't get enough of him.
special guest star, my son eating a hot dog bun,
Jealous.
because Chris woke him up from a nap.
He was probably already awake.
Do not victim blame my son, you
I will
bastard.
victim blame that little bun boy.
You're a bum boy champ.
I remember when I was a kid, when we go camping, we just put ketchup on hot dog buns.
That's
It
gross.
sounds
No.
really bad, but at the time I loved it.
Podcast over.
Get out my house.
Welcome to ketchup on hot dog buns. with Chris.
Ah.
So,
So the thing I really like when you get
I just love the texture.
when you get a Pepperidge Farm roll and Heinz ketchup.
I mean, there's no other kind of ketchup. They grow that ketchup in Pittsburgh.
Petridge Farm remembers.
You know, George Kelly's wife?
George Takei.
John Kerry, that's the one. His wife. Oh. So I thought we'd start with emails this time.
Sus.
I thought we'd start with emails this time, mixed up a little bit.
Sure.
Because the email is segue into
Oh boy.
topics.
Oh, hold on. I need to transition.
Play the music.
It's like I saw this tweet from someone tweeted like, "Are you guys ready for the new Ninja Turtle cartoon that's being premiered at San Diego Comic Con?" And the community was just like, "You know what? I don't think I am ready. Please give me more time." I was like, "That's a good joke. That's a good joke."
So as always, you can send questions for this podcast to hogcast.outlook.com, and we'll probably get to them in about 5 months.
Why is it? Let's get a better email.
This is the one now.
We have the hogcast.com. We can get like questions at hogcast.com.
No one told me. I don't know. I just logged in.
I just love how Steven
It's like Outlook.
Outlook?
Outlook.
So like
How does it affect you what email service you're emailing? Like, you don't have to use it.
the only good email providers are Google and Netscape. It's a fact.
I mean, Karen still has a Hotmail.
I mean, it's the same company.
My grandmother had a Hotmail.
I
that?
have a
My
Hotmail.
grandmother had a Hotmail.
That's not my main one. I have too many accounts. I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to go change my Amazon email for that.
Whatever. Anyway, you can send them there for now, I guess. We'll probably work out a different one, apparently. So, we had a few come in.
Outlook.
Yeah, the first one was
It's,
Outlook.
it's the
Steven.
first email. Why are you guys using Outlook for your email service for?
Can't you guys at least use Yahoo?
From Smoobies.
So this actually comes from Dr. Von Tacos, who says, "You guys ever thought about doing a Dark Souls Let's Play?"
Yes, we have. We've already done Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, we actually did them in reverse order. We did Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, and Demon Souls.
Dark Souls, as the older I
It
get,
has literally never crossed my mind.
the older I get, the less appealing, like 40+ hour games are to me.
Especially ones that you're beating your head against.
Especially ones that are notorious for being difficult. That's why I like Kirby and Sonic games, because they're short and easy.
Yeah.
So
So
maybe if someone wants to maybe do a live stream of it, we might do possibly that. But I can't see us doing a.
I'm not going to rule out the possibility of a one-part gag either.
I'm
Yes.
not going to... I'm going to say this right now. I don't think there's ever going to be a, 20-plus part
Well, now I want to do one.
FTCR.
I didn't want to do one now just to spite you.
That's the sort of thing. We try to keep our LPs at a maximum of 20 parts, and unless we made each part like 2 hours long, I don't think we'd be able to get a Dark Souls one. Again, I haven't played it. I just from what I know of the game, it's long and it's hard.
Also,
so
I just don't give a crap about Dark Souls.
Same.
Dude, there's all the lore if you read into the books.
I don't care.
If you read on the internet, dude, the lore. Dude, the lore, dude.
My friends get so mad at me sometimes when we talk about like Lord of the Rings and stuff because I'm just like, I don't give a crap about Lord of the Rings.
You don't care about...
you played World of Warcraft for like 17,000 years.
It's not fantasy, I would say.
It's not fantasy. It's high fantasy, thank you. You know what the elves...
You don't think World of Warcraft is fantasy?
It's kind of in the middle. Like it's
It's
kind of
like
like
medieval.
it's like how you would it's kind of like how you classify Star Wars, where technically Star Wars is the story is structured as a fantasy, but it's in a sci-fi setting.
Good old this
It's
guy,
kind of
Benji.
like World of Warcraft.
I don't get it. Ben just gave me a look like, look at this book.
Yeah, we got 3 people here who don't give a
Dork.
fuck what you just said, so...
Our next email comes in from Charles.
Is Charles in charge?
No, but they are in charge of this question. Let's say you got a mean hot Pippin cup of hot chocolate. Really tasty, you know, man?
Pippin?
Would you put American or provolone cheese in it? It's like a weird taste.
Pippin?
Scotty Pippen?
Pipin?
So, of our 2 emails,
Pippin?
of the 3 emails we got, 2 were
Jokes.
One was not about Sonic, and the other was a complete throwaway email. But on provolone,
What were the other choices?
yes,
Gruyere.
just American or provolone for a nice savory taste for hot chocolate.
American.
Yeah, I guess American. I don't like either provolone or American.
You guys want a really embarrassing story about me? Maybe it's not even as embarrassing as I think about. There was this restaurant, and I wanted calzone.
Oh my god, you're such a dork!
And then I said it wasn't fancy. No, I was like, I want a nice calzone. Their options were like really extravagant, things inside of it.
Did you ask someone about cheese?
I just like sauce, pepperoni, and cheese, and a calzone. I'm a basic ass bitch.
Like Ben from
So-
Parks and Rec.
They have a cheese calzone that lists off all this cheese because the other ones are like seafood and all kinds of vegetable mix. It's like, I just want the classic. So I'm reading through it and it's like, provolone, that's probably a meat. That sounds like a meat. So I ordered their cheese calzone and I get it. I'm eating it with this girl I was with at the time. I'm like, there's so much fucking cheese in here.
So you
And she's
ordered...
like, what did you expect? You got the cheese calzone, you idiot. I'm
Yeah,
like, I thought provolone was at least a meat. There's no meat in here. It sounds like a meat. I don't like cheese much.
which you know
So-
what? Well, I would be surprised at that. But you did pick Outlook for our email, so it's to be expected.
So I was at work one time, and I was talking about this pizza that I had, and I said that it had...
Yeah, 6 years ago. It was real good though.
It was
Always with the pizza,
I think it
Theodore.
wasn't pizza, but it was something. I said it had Gruyere on it, and my coworker was like,
Oh, the Fresh Prince.
my coworker's like, it had what on it? I was like, Gruyere. It's cheese. And he was like, I've never heard of that before. I was like, you've never heard of Gruyere cheese? He was like, no.
Me neither.
And I was like,
I've never heard of it. I was like, I'm afraid to say something now,
so
but
then he yelled over at another cubicle and he was like, hey,
Hey, Phil!
he's like, hey, Mike, have you ever heard of Gruyere cheese? And they went, no. I was just like,
can all be
guess I
fucking...
look like a giant idiot.
Is this
now.
a story? I was expecting this to be a term that you'd be pronouncing it wrong for years. And you meant to say like provolone or something like that.
We can't all be fucking Mr. Gourmet Chef, alright? Mr. Cooking Channel?
We can't all be Guy Fieri.
Unfortunately.
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
So our
Going to
next,
Flavortown. Dog.
our next email came in on April 13th from Kwame Matthews. Matthews? They say, I'm Mr. Kwame Matthews, a branch manager at Bank International, the Afrique Kara branch, Long Republic of Togo. I had written an paragraph break earlier mailed to you, but without response to this highly confidential paragraph break matter. Firstly, I apologize for sending you this sensitive information through this medium. This is due to the urgency and importance of the information contained herein. I humbly crave your indulgence to read this email with all seriousness and purposeness, and avoid any doubt, because this project will be based on trust, confidentiality, and sincerity and purpose in order, paragraph break, to have an acceptable understanding as these funds will be transferred, paragraph break, to your account domicile. And it goes on for a bit. Unfortunately, they both lost their lives in the auto crash.
That's
Contact me,
quickly.
contact me via my email address to give more details on receiving the transfer inheritance of $9.5 million as mutual beneficiary. Sincerely,
We're gonna be rich, boys.
Matthews. On Sunday, from Martin Williams. Dear friend, my name is Mr. Kwame Matthews from Wom Togo, and I'm writing to you about the death of our late client, who I believe to be one of your relatives, and she has some funds left behind before her death.
How much do they want to get us to give first before they give us money?
And I want you to stand as her next of kin, since you have the same surname with her, and claim this money before the bank confiscates it. So if any of you guys know someone with the surname Hogcast, you're fucking set.
My uncle, John Hodcast.
He's also providing a phone number, which I was a little tempted to call, but
So we got no real emails.
that brings us to Edward's email. What are your opinions on Sonic Mania with the Plus update and the patch fixing most of them? Which means that segues into...
Before we segue, I wanna, because of that spam email at work, I got an email that was literally like, I have video of you at your desk jerking off. Send me like $10,000 or I will release them online. And I was like, do it. Gladly, please do it. So,
Holy crap.
and it's because my supervisor got a similar one, but hers wasn't asking for money. She's like, I want you to know, I have pictures of you jerking off at your desk. I'm like, one, I'm a woman. And two, okay.
It reminds me of those mobile game ads, like, this game will fuck you so hard, try not to come, whoa! It's like one of those things. Anyway, now we can get to the main point of the show, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yay.
Sonic Mania Plus.
Do we want to answer this email or push Sonic Mania Plus to last because it's most substantial?
No, let's just do it now.
Okay, Sonic Mania Plus. We barely played it, right?
Pretty much.
So, for context, I don't know when this is coming out. Plus just came out this past Tuesday for us.
Mhm.
We're in a Sunday. We all have adult lives with
I got it on Wednesday.
jobs. Some of us are latecomers. So, yep, that sets the stage because we haven't gotten to play it too much.
No, I am. I paid for the DLC for my PS4 version,
Then you bought the Switch version.
and then Bobu and Jono from Sonic Says got me that version for my birthday.
Oh,
And so on both versions, I think the furthest I've gotten is Press Garden, and it's
that's as far as I got.
it's like
actually.
it's like the game itself. I the color palettes look nice. Ray Mighty, a good cat. I haven't found that much different about the stages, except for the special stage rings are now much better hidden.
Yeah.
I can't find the bastards,
Yeah, I can't either.
and they're a lot harder. It took me about 8 tries to clear special stage 1 and 2. Game Explain had Derek and Ash upload like their thoughts on it, because I guess Derek ran through it when it came out, and Derek was just like, I guess the trick for the first stage is get to Mark 3 straight away, because you literally can't even catch him unless you're on Mark 3.
Huh.
So in the past, because in the other ones you can sometimes get to on Mark 2, so I would focus on rings first, but now it's like I get a Mark 3, and then I just ram the bug guy.
Yeah, you mentioned the
hard.
stages not being that different. It's mostly like little situational hazard things I've noticed. Like, oh, these are now like 2 vertical platforms instead of 2 circling platforms and like a chemical plant part. And now there's spikes on the jump you're trying to land. It's little things like that.
I will be honest, I haven't played Mania since we did our OP of it. So like, if you wouldn't, aside from the special, if you would have just told me the only difference is special stage rings had been moved and the colors are different, I would have believed you, because I don't really remember too much being different. Aside from I go to a few places where I expect rings to be, and then there's like a monitor of like 10 rings. Yeah, but
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people not liking the color palettes, but I've been pretty fond of them so far. Some
They're
don't
okay.
feel that drastic. Like Press Garden feels pretty similar, I felt, but I really like Studiopolis. I thought Chemical Plant being more blue and night was kind of cool.
I thought Studiopolis was slightly underwhelming. And it's kind of, I think Green Hill looks great at sunset. Looks real good.
That's kind of been done before a few times. but-
Sunset Hill in Sonic Advance 3 was essentially Green Hill at sunset.
yeah, that
I
Generations mission.
liked Flying Battery, and now it looks more like Wing Fortress
Yeah.
in its color palette. That looks cool. The added zone transitions
Yeah.
I love the one from Flying Battery to Press Garden when you get the hang gliders from Sonic 2 Game Gear.
Yeah.
Nice addition.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot Press Garden came after Stardust Speedway, so I should say I've gotten a Stardust Speedway. Not
Gotcha.
Press
Oh,
Garden.
gotcha.
Yeah.
You know, so some of the transitions are like not that important really. But it's just like it was a.
It was a weird omission.
It was, I think, in my video main, like for me, Mania with I really did not care for Metallic Madness, but aside from that, Mania just had like a bunch of small things.
Mhm.
You know, it was odd that some stages had transitions, some didn't. And so now they will have them, and a lot of them are like really good.
Mhm.
Some of them are just like, oh, Phantom Ruby again. I think they added like one or two, where it's just like, oh, Phantom Ruby.
Have you seen the new Stardust Speedway one? After you beat the new the Knuckles Chaotix Metal Sonic, the Phantom Ruby just kind of drops on the
And then
ground.
one of the enemies is
Yeah.
popped off
So
screen.
instinctively, I'm like, I wonder if I can go grab it. So I run over to it. Nothing happens. I'm like, oh. Then the little thing bops it off
Well-
screen. I'm like, fuck you. I had that, but I didn't. Obviously,
Ray and Mighty, they're
great characters.
They're good. I'm glad they're in a game again. You know, before we never get Mighty. You know, again, overall Ray really. So that's cool.
I appreciate them both for very different reasons. I feel like Mighty's a really good power character. Just
Mighty's
like, switch off your mind and play kind of character.
to copy a line from Derek. Mighty is just easy mode.
Yeah.
Without question, he is easy mode because if you're in a ball, most projectiles don't hurt you. Spikes, you can bounce off spikes.
The Death Egg boss in Green Hill Zone 2, total pushover now,
Yeah.
which I like. 'Cause I
Mhm.
can never figure out the pattern and timing on the arm stuff because I'm really stupid. So that works out great. And Ray's a good tricky character. I like messing around with the gliding stuff.
Ray, if you can, I'm not quite there yet. I think there'll be like a level where I know what I'm doing with it. Something. But if you know what you're doing on that level, you can like cheese through like.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite things to do if there's like a jump you just can't reach, if you time it just right, you can get up there.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
I will say in Encore mode, if you're looking for the ranges in terms of exploration, the two worst characters to have are Sonic and Mighty. And I often find myself with Sonic, it's like I want to fly up there, man, and get some rings. But
I do like that switching mechanic they got though in Encore mode. I think that's kind of
it's cool.
interesting.
It's cool.
I wouldn't want that to be like the main way a Sonic game plays, but it's like a nice little bonus thing.
The only thing, I get why they did it, but you can't switch unless the character is standing right next to you on the ground.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's like I see, like he's there, let me switch the tails, and it's just.
I don't like the noise that plays when you can't switch.
That's
it's
really
obnoxious.
annoying. I would rather no noise, or maybe make it quieter. It's like rah, rah, rah.
Or maybe like a visual like X indicator or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but
I was going to mention that, but I was like, that's going to be real fucking nitpicky. I better keep it to myself.
all I'm saying is, Chris, that the boxes in Crash Bandicoot that's the correct color of brown.
Well, that's just facts.
I'm just saying it, right?
That's just a fact.
The Wumpa Fruit noise is too loud and dumb. I don't like it.
And they're making too much in the Spyro Reignited trilogy modular circles instead of the tapestry of the original games.
All right, nerd.
And Nestor has a turban?
My brain is about to explode.
But I haven't gotten to the new Metal Sonic boss fight, but I'm like, I like the old one. I think we've been over this. I think the visual of adding Metal Sonic Kai from Knuckles Chaotix is a nice visual.
It's cool.
But for everything I've seen, it looks easy as shit to defeat.
I beat it and was like, that's it?
Johnny had a video where he was the first time he played it, he had Knuckles as his support character,
Yeah.
and Knuckles killed it in like 5 seconds. I was just like, oh, okay, that's good. I mean, you know, I do think the regardless of the DLC, I think the quality of life in the update they released, because the update that adds all these zone transitions and fixes adds things like missing sprites. Let's say like Supersonic, not all of his sprites were correct. Some of them were just regular Sonic Yellow. Now they've fixed that. You know, they've tweaked a few things here and there. And also I believe the four player competition mode is included in the free update.
I think so.
All of that stuff, I think, because I think before in the video I made, I said Sonic Mania is like an 8.5 for me. I think all of these small changes have pushed that up to a 9. I think it's again, because there wasn't like one thing, it was just a bunch of little things that kind of added up. But now all these small little things are being changed. Although again, I like the original Metal Sonic fight, so I don't. I haven't replayed the main mode yet. I'm pretty sure it is on Mania mode, because when that PS4 patch was released, that's where people found it. So I think the original Metal Sonic Vice is lost forever now. To listen to the rest of the episode, check out the Hogcastpodcast.com or simply search the Hogcast in iTunes or other places where podcasts are available, because we want you to start going there now. The Hogcast is an FTCR podcast produced by Mykonos Fan, with original music by Sega Sky, original artwork by Sierra Sketches, and original animation by Spider Knife.
Yeah! Prove you're smarter than a robot. Subscribe and leave a 5-star review for this and other FTCR shows on Apple Podcasts. You boob!